So you have a baby mama and you provide her with the basic amenities that she needs to, take care of her child with. Let's say, for example, you buy her a duplex or a house worth 200 million naira. I mean, for you to be able to purchase that kind of a place for your child and its mother, means you're doing very well as a man. That means other things shouldn't be a problem, including the cars with which to, make movements easier, food and every other thing necessary. I would think the man is doing a great job for that child and the mother. But that mother saying, no, I do not want the 200 million naira house. What I want is for you to give me 5 million every year. $800 to the Filipino nanny of the child, and some other outrageous demands. What would you call it? Isn't that a bit sus? Now, I think you know very well the story I'm about to delve into, but before we proceed, how about you click that like button, subscribe to this channel for more amazing stories, and of course, don't forget to share it to your friends. I am Jessie Rogers on The Kiwi Show. Now, Davido has sued his baby mama to court for joint custody of Imade, his first daughter. This move of seeking joint custody, I mean, he's not even going for full custody, joint. It's almost as if he's begging to see his kid, like to just have a spot or a space in the life of his child. It's starting to look like anything he can do, he'll do it, even if it's joint custody, no problem, so that I can see my child. Isn't it weird? Could it really be that Sophia is actually trying to keep this child away from her father? Now, let me tell you, as we all know, Davido doesn't have one baby mama. He has quite a few of them, all right? So she's not the first, and she's not the only one. Now, you have a child with Davido, and being a celebrity that he is, of course, he's doing extra than most men who aren't in the fame space, all right? Most men who aren't in the fame space, but they're well-to-do to have baby mamas. They do the best they can. They don't even bring out 200 million to buy a house with a swimming pool. No, they do not. But they do provide the basic amenities that child will be needing for survival. Now, because he's a celebrity and, he's seen to come from a very good background, he has done a little extra. I mean, what does a child need a big house with a swimming pool for? Anyways, he just wants to show that his mind is there and that he loves his child and wants to give her the best. All right? Now, this is not me trying to support Davido, or maybe you thinking I have a love for him. I have this bias. No, there is no bias. I'm just trying to critically analyze the situation. So now he spends 200 million, is willing to spend 200 million on an apartment, and of course he has provided the cars and every other thing that the child will be needing. So when Sophia says no, she doesn't want the house, but she wants 5 million yearly, okay? And she wants the nanny to be paid up to 1.23 million. How many maids in Nigeria, or how many nannies, or what? Is it because she's a foreign nanny? A foreign nanny, and so what? Does she have a PhD in nannying? I mean, I don't get it. Do you get it? Why does a nanny have to be paid 1.2 million naira? I mean, that's what $800 amounts to in Nigerian currency. So tell me, does that make any sense to you? Now, the reason why people are believing strongly that there might be a possibility that Sophia is trying to keep the child away from the father is because Davido is not giving her what she wants. And what does she want? A lot of people are of the opinion that, she wants to be present in every activity that's going on between father and daughter moments. In other words, if Davido were to go out with his child, she wants to be in the picture, she wants to be seen together with them, and that's not really going to go down well because Davido is a married man. He's trying to set the boundaries, and I don't see anything wrong with that. Now, you pull your child out of school for 2 weeks without informing the father that has been paying the school fees. If you have been following this story, you need to bring out some of these things, like bring out some of these points and think about it critically. Why would you pull your child out of school for 2 weeks? And then when you didn't tell the father, and when the father eventually finds out and asks you, why did you do it? And you're like, the car spoiled. The hell? What type of excuse is that? The car spoiled. So for 2 weeks, you sat at home with the child without sending the child to school because car spoiled. Now, mind you, this lady is coming from a well-to-do family as well. She's not poor. There's no way she has access to just one car. That's not true. I mean, I wouldn't believe that. Would you believe that? So, I mean, look at the situation, right? These are the series of things that she has done. She always wants to be in the picture. She tries to keep the child away from the father. And it's really making things really frustrating for the young man. And now Davido has decided, fine, let's have a joint custody. He's not even pushing for a full custody of the child. He just wants joint custody so that he can have a part in this girl's life. I don't see anything wrong with it. Do you? So now a lot of people are like, oh no, Davido is not going to win this case. He's not smart. Does he even have people that are advising him? Why would he be doing... And I thought he was supposed to be getting married to his wife. He has a wedding coming. So why would he... Now, while you may be right in your opinion or in your thoughts and in your thinking, you also need to think about the fact that if he does indeed have a wedding coming up, all right, he's preparing for his wedding with his beloved Chioma. What is it that could have happened? What is the gravity of what it is that has happened that has made him say, this wedding can wait, my child, first? It's scary. I mean, if you were the father of that child and you know how much you've been investing in that child, and all of a sudden one day out of the blues, the child's school calls you and tells you, oh, your child has not been in school for like 2 weeks now or more, and you haven't heard from the child, you never heard anything from the mother, wouldn't you panic as the father? What if she had left the country with the child? What if she had gone to some faraway place without informing him? It's only normal to be scared as the dad. I mean, put yourself in his shoes. And besides, he just lost a kid. Every single child of his matters to him right now so much, especially his first girl. And I don't see anything wrong with that. He has every reason to demand joint custody. He's not asking for full custody. Joint custody, just so that he can have time with his child. He put his wedding on hold. That's to tell you how serious the situation is. So why are people of the opinion that he wouldn't win the case? Why wouldn't he win the case? He's the biological father of the child. Why? Why wouldn't he win it? Why is it such a wrong thing that he's doing? You know, you see a lot of people attacking him online for different reasons. Can't you all just be sensitive for one moment? And another thing is when people have so much or so many opinions like this on what is happening in people's lives, you don't live with them, you're not in their lives personally, that you can say, oh, see what is happening. Some people are of the opinion that, oh, Davido is irresponsible, blah, blah, blah. He wasn't partaking in the child's life before. And there are a lot of stories. People always have a lot of stories. But now the young man has been active. I mean, he offered to prepare a comfortable space. Now, what does that tell you about that particular baby mama? Why do you want all these outrageous demands met? Because he's a celebrity? Then you'll be milking or getting millions and millions from him yearly. I mean, I don't know about you, but that is quite sus. That is very weird on her part. It's almost looking as if, I mean, a lot of people have the opinion that she's jealous and she's angry that Davido didn't end up with her. I mean, that is a plausible reason if you consider exactly what has been going on. It's almost looking like she's trying to use the child as a weapon against its father. You know, she knows very well how much this child means to the father. So I think it's almost looking like she's using it against him. All right, she's someone who lives a very lavish lifestyle. If you go to her social media handles, always flashing the luxurious bags she owns and, the things she has. So if she has access to this type of luxury, how can you give a car breakdown as an excuse as to why your child hasn't gone to school or hasn't been in school for 2 weeks? She's obviously trying to get the man's attention. And I would not be very surprised if she was the one who made the school call him and tell him that. I mean, he's a busy man. He's always on his tours, his music and everything. Rich men are busy men. So if you are of the opinion that, oh, Sophia is jealous, she's bitter, that might be true because some of the actions she has displayed is in correspondence. Now, what do you think? Do you think Davido is going to win this case? I personally feel and actually hope that he wins because he's not asking for too much. In my opinion, he's not asking for much, okay? Joint custody. That says a lot. There are some men that would have pushed for full custody. Imade is no longer a child. She's close to her teen age, the teen years. She's not a baby anymore. He wouldn't have stood a chance if maybe the girl was a toddler. They would say, oh, it has to stay with the mom, blah, 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 laws and whatnot. She's grown and she can She can make some certain decisions now as the child that she is, the ones that are, like at her level. There's nothing wrong with a child wanting to be or spend time with the dad. Why are you always trying to be in the picture? You don't have to be in the picture. You're just its mom, all right? You're not in a marriage, whatever, you're not married to the man. You're not in a relationship with the father. So why are you trying to make things difficult for him? Of course, the narrative is adding up that she just might be angry about the wedding between Davido and Chioma. That just might be the case. So tell me, what do you think? Do you think Sophia is right? Do you think Davido is wrong? Or vice versa? What do you actually think should have been the right thing for Davido? Do you think it's okay for him to sue his baby mama? I mean, some people are like thinking, oh, what would the child be going through right now? How would she feel if she finds out that the dad actually sued her mom? Taking the mommy to court. A lot of people are pouring out their sentiments on social media right now. But what must be done, because if eventually he's absent from that child's life and she grows up, I'll tell you what will happen. Let's say she grows up without having that intimate relationship, or she didn't get to do all those things that other kids do with their dads when she was a child, and she didn't get to, experience those things. When she eventually becomes a grown lady and she's like, let me just even vent and rant to my dad. You weren't there for me, this, that. And he decides to open up and tell her things. You know what's funny? He may not even want to open up. If you critically think about the nature of men, he may not even want to open up and make it look like he's blaming the mom. But if she should find out in the future that the mom somehow intentionally withheld her from her father, what do you think he's going to do to Imade? She would definitely grow some resentment towards the mom. I mean, even if it were me, I would definitely grow some level of resentment towards my mother. Doesn't mean I would completely hate her though, but you get the point. So it's not wise on Sophia's part. Let the child have fun with her father. And you, Seth, move on. You can always find another man. He's found another woman. You find another man. It's that simple. It's really not that hard. Unless maybe she hasn't moved on. All right? So that's just the trick to it. For me, it's not wise on her part. And I feel like everything can be settled amicably. But if Davido decides, the court is the best option right now, you never can tell the number of things he has tried before now. So people, please do not be in a hurry to throw judgments. And there's this very heartbreaking statement that people are currently making, saying that, they do not want what happened to Ifeanyi, Chioma's child, for Davido, to happen to Imade. Therefore, Davido must not win the case. That is very insensitive and horrible. That's a very horrible statement. Honestly, it's not necessary. The man just wants to see his child, and then you're talking about his other dead child. Yes, a mistake was made and a life was lost. People are trying to get over it. He's trying to get over it. The family's trying to get over it. So how do you come up with that theory? How do you guys even come up with that theory that because he wants a joint custody, not even full custody, joint custody, just because that's what he wants, and then you're like, you don't, what's happened to Ifeanyi will happen to her. He must not win the, what the hell is that? I believe, like I said before, some things can be settled amicably without going to court. But if one of the party has decided that I have to go to court, you never can tell what has happened in times past. How many times he might have tried to rectify the issue without making it public or trying to go to court. So let them do their thing. It's their lives. People with some of these crazy opinions sometimes, when you're giving an opinion, if it's logical, it's understandable. But when you're giving opinions based on sentiments and bias, and you don't even realize that these people are reading these comments. They're humans. They have feelings. I think people should be considerate and learn to be logical when they're giving some of these their analysis, and do not be sentimental. Anyways, that's all we have for this story. We're all waiting for the court sessions and the eventual verdict. We hope the court does its best and serve justice. So until we have more details on this story, I'm going to have to cut it here. All right? And I will see you next time. But before I end the video, if you haven't clicked the like button, if you have not subscribed, do so now. And of course, share to your friends. Until next time, I remain your humble host, Jessie Rogers. And for now, bye-bye.